Despacito, cards are flying high. Shuffle up and deal, let the aces lie. Longest running show, yeah, we've seen it all. From the river to the rail, we answer the call.
Hello, A-Team, and welcome back to another episode of the Ante Up Poker Podcast, where every hand is an opportunity, every player is a friend, and every episode is a winning experience. I'm your host, Joe Scales, and this week we have another great show, and I'm excited to get into it. We have a special guest joining us on Table Talk, and I know I'm going to be spending a little extra time to give Patrick a hard time about the Super Bowl, so I don't want to spend too much here. However, there is a lot happening in the Ante Up Nation, so let's hit a few quick announcements. First, if you're listening on Spotify, you can now watch the full video version of the podcast there as well. We've been putting time into upgrading the video side of things, and I'm really happy with how it's coming together. Of course, you can always catch us on YouTube, and that audience keeps growing, which all of this is really exciting to see. But wherever you listen, if you can leave a rating or a review, that goes a long way in helping us reach more everyday poker players. Speaking of everyday poker players, don't forget about the Patreon home game. It's just $5 to join the raised level of Patreon, and that gets you into the game. It's another way for the A-Team to connect beyond just listening each week. If you haven't jumped in yet, we'd love to see you there. Now, let's talk live poker. The Ante Up Poker Tour continues to build momentum. Our upcoming stop at Gila River and Lone Butte is coming up fast, and they've added some really fun events, including triple draw games, a $1,500 high roller PLO event. Satellites are already running, and I think will lead all the way up to the series, which we're going to talk more about on Table Talk. But there's plenty of ways to get in. We'll be on site. We're going to be recording, hanging out, and making sure that the everyday poker player gets the spotlight. As a reminder also, the Ante Up magazine is free. If you're looking for strategy, player profiles, interviews, stories about the people around the game, like the amateurs, the staff, the behind-the-scenes group that make this game so awesome, go check it out. That's always been a focus, and we're very proud of it. So, also, keep those hands of the week coming. Tournament hands, cash hands, the ones that keep you up at night. Don't forget also call the floor questions. Elliott does a great job breaking down these rulings from a director's perspective. All right. That's enough business for now. Let's get into Table Talk. Let's welcome our guest. And Patrick, my friend, we'll be talking about that Super Bowl. But that's all I have for now. So let's get on with the show.
Welcome to the show, you're on the A-Team. Stack your chips and chase the dream. Joe's got the booth, his mic's on fire. Elle's got the laugh, she's taking it higher.
Elle and I are back around the poker table.
With a guest. We've got Tia Bacon here coming in live from Arizona. How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys?
We're
We're
good.
good. We are getting closer and closer to the next stop there at Gila River. I know you guys added some things around the main event. So let's start there. Tell us a little bit about some of the new things that have been added and what players can expect when they come out.
Yeah, I only added a few. I've added the Mega stack. It's like it starts on March 17th, $300 buy-in. That way players can start something small, have a little fun. And then same day at around 4 p.m. we do have a $500 triple draw, which is ace to 5, deuce to 7, and Baduki.
That's going to be so much fun. I'm really bummed that we're not going to make it out there in time for that one, but we'll be there for the rest of them for sure.
We hope to catch the tail end of Triple Draw though, because I want to see that in
Yeah.
action. We don't land until around 4 o'clock that afternoon, so
Okay.
hoping to get there and see. I just like saying the word Badoogie, but I also like playing it. And Deuce to Seven is a fun game that we like to play with our Patreon folks at least, I don't know, once or twice a year.
Yeah.
So it's become a fan favorite. So I'm really excited to actually see that live tournament style.
Yeah.
It's not something I get to see very often.
And then there's a high roller PLO as well, right?
Yes, we're gonna have one on the following day, which is March 18th, around 4 p.m. $1,500 buy-in. That's like a little bit after registration for the main event. Um,
Nice.
That's gonna be a select few who loves PLO, who likes playing high limit. We're excited for that.
Yeah. Well, it's gonna be Elle and I's first time coming to Arizona as a whole. So what do we expect? What's the weather gonna be like when we get there?
It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. Today I was outdoor. I think the high was 60. It was a little windy today, but normally you get the sun. Even if it's 60 or 70, you feel like it's 80. It's just beautiful. Perfect time in February and March. A lot of festivities, a lot of activities. You can go for a walk, take a hike,
Nice.
Sedona if you like, but everything is so close by. Just outdoor dining would be the best if you ever go to restaurants and stuff, because right now it's just perfect weather.
Yeah. We do have a couple of days built in after all of the tournament action is over. We have a couple of days that we built into the schedule to be able to do some things. Are there any hidden gems that we need to look for?
I mean, close by, we have the Whirlwind. That's like a golf course by Wild Pass. It's a world-class
Okay.
facility with 2 championship courses. They're actually hosting a LPGA Tour Championship
Oh, cool.
around March 26th through the 29th. So
Okay.
you got like pro golf level happening right next to us. Amazing weather, and then at night you can play poker. Beside Lone Butte, which is the best poker room, you have other
Yeah.
places also. Wild Pass has a lot happening. There's a lot of dining. But overall, I think Arizona has a lot of festivities you can go through the
Mhm.
schedule. We have Ostrich Festival. I mean, amazing places.
Ostrich Festival. What is that?
It's like state fair, close to state fair. It's for the locals. It's
Okay.
pretty great.
Okay.
And
I'm like gonna Google that immediately as soon as we're done. So Ostrich Festival. Hmm.
Well,
Hmm.
I may have just signed up for a festival. I didn't even. Oh, and we got these shirts.
Yeah.
And we I know you guys were sending these, but we got them in,
perfect.
and
It
For
looks
the
great. I
main
love it.
event. Some big Ante Up there. And then of course we love the logo. I really like when people do that. Can you hold that up just a little bit? It's on the sleeve.
Yes.
The Lone Butte logo is on the sleeve. So we're excited. Can't wait to throw those in the wash. We're gonna be wearing them around and on our YouTube and stuff like that coming up soon. And
Yeah,
especially we'll have them when we're out there. So thank you guys so much.
yeah,
absolutely. We have the team members going to be starting to wear that starting in March to promote
Oh,
the
great.
event. We have a lot of flyers already starting out.
What about some of the satellites? Because you guys already have some satellites
Yes.
that are flowing into that main event, the 18th through the 22nd in March. So how are those going?
Amazing. They're great. We have night satellites starting off in January, February, but
Okay.
starting in March, we will have morning satellites. Those are players' favorite, 11 a.m. And we'll have couple milestone satellites for that too.
yeah.
Okay.
So tell us about the room a little bit. Is it a good mix of tournament players and cash game players? This we're going to be there, during spring training. Do you have a lot of people that come down
Mhm.
into the poker room that are there for spring training games?
Yes, we have
Yeah.
snowbirds, spring training. We have a lot of guests coming in for golfing because
Mm.
Arizona's perfect weather. I think the Lone Butte is known for friendliness. The the friendly, the familiar vibe. Everyone is super friendly. It starts from, the host to the team members. Everyone know each other's name. Just not it doesn't feel stiff or intimidating. It's super welcoming, very social, and it really feels like a community when it comes to Lone Butte. And then for the room is split in half, majority tournaments and a lot of promotions. So this
Okay.
is why we have to split them up. Like if we have a main event or major tournament events, then the room is reserved for that. And then when we're giving away 36,000 in one day, there's no tournaments. So
Yeah.
they have to
Okay.
share the room. Um, and we're only growing. We were 30 tables last year. We're 36 tables now.
Okay.
Sometimes we have to reserve one for the other, but majority of the time is half-half. We have morning crowd, night crowd tournaments, and then our players, they come in starting at 11 o'clock to 11 p.m.
I love
we
it.
I
have
know.
four-
I'm already looking forward to it. It's like, Cheers, where everybody knows your name.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it, and
Yeah.
that's right up our alley.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's what.
that's what we look forward
And
to.
we hope
Those types
to.
of rooms.
Yeah, and we hope to spotlight, those local players and
Yeah.
the everyday player, obviously, because first place, I know that they're gonna get obviously the money. They're gonna get a
The trophy.
trophy. Everybody loves a trophy,
Yeah.
and then they get to be featured on the cover of the next issue of the magazine after the tournament's over. So I love that because we get to give that spotlight to the local players or the everyday player. So
Yes.
it's my favorite part.
We do have a variety of games. We have Hold'em games, PLO games, No Limits, and then our No Limits, they go pretty intense. For the 2-3 alone, it goes up to $1,000 buy-in. Then
wow.
PLO games, sometimes they do it. They go the buy-ins are up to 10,000. I mean, we have small limits, 3-6 Hold'em, 4-8. It's for everybody. If you
Yeah.
want to play low limits to have fun, you're welcome with the 3-6. Everyone just play friendly. They're there for the promotions, all the giveaways that we do. We give away $10,000 every day daily. We go
Wow.
all the way up to 36,000 on special events once a month. And then we have $50,000 giveaway for Rakeback. And then $75,000 for a whole week of high hand. That's one of our new promotions that players love.
Yeah.
5 days straight, they come in and play for that $75,000 mystery high end.
Yeah.
Wow.
We just
That's
had that
awesome.
last week. And then we also have 6-12 mix. Players who want to just come in, have fun with the mix game, they're more than welcome to. But we start any games, any limits, any player want, as long as it's under regulation, of course.
That's interesting because a lot of rooms will say that they have a mix and they're for, all levels.
Yeah.
But what you're explaining there is truly
A massive
every single
variety.
level.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to play, you can play it. It sounds like that's awesome.
Yeah.
It's not often that you find a room that can actually handle that. So I love that. What other, one of our favorite things is Bet on Better.
Yeah.
That's what we truly love to see and talk about and promote. And I know you guys have some of that there. Tell us a little bit about some of the charity side of things that you guys have.
Our two favorite charity events that we do is in December, we have Santa's Helper, the toy drive. Like our poker community, very giving, super, super giving. Last
Yeah.
year, probably they've donated over $8,000 worth of toys.
Oh, wow.
It's big events where we would line up the whole wall with toys. They bring in bikes. I mean, amazing, amazing toys.
Wow.
Just really, really great. The second charity events that we also love is the school supply backpacks.
Yeah.
Big, huge event.
Very
In
near
July,
my heart. That is needed. You don't even have any idea how many kids show up to school without a pencil.
yeah,
Without a pencil. And
it's
even the broken ones or the really, really short ones from the year before, it's like we've got to be able to equip them with the basics to be successful. So
I mean, our players, they are just amazing. They
Yeah.
fill up 3 to 4 poker tables of charity toy drives, school supplies. Just, you never expect anything, but they come full on.
Yeah.
Just those are two of our favorites charity events. So
Yeah.
cool.
Poker players really are just like some of the most giving. It's one of the most giving communities, you know. We might complain about the price of a sandwich, but we're gonna donate a bike.
Look, even by the expression of her face, yeah. The coffee's not hot enough. The soda doesn't have enough carbonation, but I'll be happy to throw down $500 for school supplies. It's true.
Yeah.
It's
yes,
absolutely true.
it's the
And
principle of it.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And one of our, we did want to mention this week, one of our favorite charity poker championships is coming up. And if you're not familiar, it's called Camp One Step. Their annual charity poker championship is Thursday, April 6th. So even though it's
16th.
April 16th. Sorry, you're right. Even though it's a couple months off, we wanted to start mentioning that as well, because
Registration's open now.
it is. And also, are we allowed to share that one of our
Yeah.
ambassadors, Bob Popper, is actually going to be a bounty. He's been dealing at this tournament for years. We actually met him in person for the first time at this particular event. Joe and I have been twice in the last couple of years. We're not able to make it this year, but Bob's going to be representing Ante Up. And so we just would love to spread the word that it is happening again at the Galleria Marchetti in Chicago, which is an awesome venue. And what else can we share about it?
Well, two things. You mentioned Bob Popper.
Yeah.
When you actually, I'll put a link in the show description, but if you go to camponestep.org and click on the events link, and you'll see the Charity Poker Championship, click on that.
Yeah.
When you get to that page, you're going to see Bob Popper dealing.
Oh, that's so cool. So cool.
But also, it's important to get registered now because the first 100 people will get an extra 5,000 chips. So get registered, be one of those first 100 people so that you can get those extra 5,000.
Yeah, and have you ever noticed that if you play in a charity poker tournament, people play a little differently? It's kind of like they're willy-nilly. Or they're a little bit more daring. They want to continue to throw cash at the table. And so the rebuys are unreal. Like I couldn't even keep up. I was one of those people on the iPad and swiping people's cards and tapping and tapping and got to get rebuys in before a certain time. But this event has a high roller room with some awesome, they've had really cool bourbons in the past and like a TV up and a whole bunch of things. And then also the main ballroom is full. I mean, there's like 25, 35 tables. It's all set up and broken down in one day. But you will hear things like it's for the kids. This particular charity event actually it's near and dear to my heart. It's with kids with cancer. They're able to go to camp. They're able to do virtual camps. Their parents or siblings are able to have a respite weekend away because of all of the extensive care that they've been giving for someone with cancer in their family. And it's just a really cool night to be able to come together, throw some cards. There's also a $10,000 seat to the WSOP on the line, which is huge. And so if you are at all in that area on April 16th, please, please, please sign up.
Yeah. Yeah. And I wasn't laughing at the for the kids part of it, except for that there was another charity tournament that was happening in Nevada.
Was this recently? Is this what Chicago Joe told you about?
Yeah. Chicago Joe sent me this article about the guy who rebought 32 times at $100 a pop. So
that was obviously planned. I mean, I would love to be able to show up to a charity event and do the same thing. But I will say charity poker is hard for me. It's hard because it's because it's unpredictable. And if that person was sitting at my table, I'd be like,
he never looked at
I need to move now because I don't know what to do, or I would just fold or something. Who knows? But
there were a lot of times that he would go all in, never even looked at his cards, rebuy, get the chips all in the next hand, never looked at his
We
chips.
know a couple of those guys.
We do.
We know a couple of those guys at Camp One Step, and
And-
they're fun. They're a
Yeah.
fun group of guys who like to show up and have a good time and play a little serious, but then there are people that are like super serious. And then do you remember the guy 2 years ago that had never played ever and he made it to the
Yes.
final table? And I had to
Yes.
sit next to him and get him sandwiches and drinks because he was like, I could tell he was shaking. I'm like, what? Have you eaten dinner? And he's like, no, I didn't know I was still going to be here. And I mean, it's just anything goes. Literally anything goes at a charity poker tournament.
Yeah.
So I am super excited to see the Lone Butte room kind of bringing it back full circle. And
Yeah.
all the things that they're doing. Truly, poker players, our community is one of a kind, and we can't wait to get out and see your community as well. So, Tia, we're so glad you were able to join us. We cannot wait to get out there on the ground in Arizona. I mean, look at me. I'm still cold in my vest today, and that weather is just calling our name.
Right.
For
right.
sure.
But I know, Tia, you've got to go. You got a lot going on there. I think you're getting ready to go on vacation.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm getting
before-
away for a couple weeks, but I should be back ready. I'll be ready for the event and high alert. What Jack and I were trying to do is trying to even do a live stream for the final day. Have on Facebook because we have our own Facebook Lone Butte Poker Room Facebook page. We want to do a
That'll
live
be
stream
fun.
for the main event. If not for the main table, just have a camera
Woo!
out, having live stream and stuff like that. So Jack and I were working really hard on trying to get that done.
Yeah, that would be so fun.
Well, and let us know if that's up and running, because then we can also post a live feed or some type of a link on the website. And we would love to do that. And
Oh, for sure.
we can post it out on our socials as well. And
Yeah.
then that way we could have some of our Ante Up crew with us.
yeah.
You guys gonna meet Jack? He's great. He's amazing. Jack will be hosting the event all day
Okay.
for the 4-day event, and then even on the final day, hopefully he can stay the whole time. But if not, we'll have a live feed up.
Okay.
That's great.
All right. Awesome.
That's
Thank you, Tia,
Thank
so
you,
much
Tia.
for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome.
So,
Have a great time.
yeah. And look, I don't know what the food scene's going to be like there.
Oh, I'm not worried.
Right. But here,
You know, when you just get so tired of your local,
yeah.
and it's expensive.
And-
I'm just going to say, we had Mom here the other night for burgers. We ended up making our own burgers. What else did we have?
You went and got French fries.
Oh, I did go buy French fries. Yeah, but I mean, for under $20,
Yeah.
we all had burgers and fries, which normally would have been like $60 eating out. And you never know what they're putting in it.
Right. And that's the big thing, right?
So you just you can't tell what if you're sticking to a program.
The problem I think that we run into isn't so much about trying to eat healthy as much as just it gets to be 9:00 and we're like, oh God, we haven't eaten yet.
Mhm.
And you know how I am with chopping vegetables. It takes me forever to chop vegetables.
Oh, this is true.
I
We're talking a long time.
Yeah.
A long time.
Anyway, I don't like doing it, but I certainly don't want to be doing it at 9 p.m.
Yeah, some
So-
days we have got long days, and it's been really helpful to have factor meals ready to go. I cannot tell you the weeks that we've had them. We're like, whoa, we just got dinner done,
Right.
and it tastes real good. So
yeah, I don't think people have a hard time eating healthy. It's that no one has an extra 3 hours to plan, to cook, to clean up.
Yeah.
It's a lot. And Factor allows you don't have to prep the recipes. You throw them in the microwave for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And it's
or they're already ready if it's cold. If it's a salad,
yeah, salad.
it's ready to go.
Yeah. And you're eating real food. It's prepared by chefs. It's put together by dietitians.
Yeah.
So you've got whole food ingredients. What are they? No refined sugars.
Nothing artificial.
Yeah.
There's none of those refined seed oils that you have to worry about. Like basically what we would cook if we don't have a super busy week with
Yeah.
all of the prep that has to go into getting things ready. When we prep and we're ready, life is good.
Right.
And so what we typically will say is we need some factor meals because we know it's going to be a week or two of
Craziness.
intense scheduling. And sometimes it just happens. It's not
Right.
all the time. It's just sometimes. But if you want something more calorie smart, Mediterranean, they've got ready to eat salads. There's 100 rotating meals every week. You're not getting bored ordering from Factor.
Right.
They've got a pro muscle line for strength
Yeah.
and memory. You just get to actually pick what
What-
your goals are.
Yeah.
And it's not frozen. It's not showing up frozen. It's fresh. There's no cleanup. There's no dishes. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's their slogan. It's not motivation to eat better.
Yeah.
It's eliminating the reason you don't, which is the perfect tagline because that's exactly what it does. And we do have a code.
So how do we get there?
If you go to factormeals.com/anteup50off and then use the code anteup50off, which I know sounds kind of
Seems
redundant.
a little redundant, but you get 50% off your first box plus free breakfast for an entire year, making healthier eating easier.
Yeah. So
We had a lot of snacks last week, and I do have my iced coffee this week. I'm kind of enjoying having a little something while we're recording, but we cannot go into the weekend.
really gotta go.
No, we're not going into the weekend without going back to those prop bets, because let me just tell you, nailed it. Did I or did I not nail almost every one of them?
Okay. I have done the math here, and I honestly I didn't do as bad as I thought I did. But I talked to the commissioner, tried to get some things to go my way that didn't work out too well. But you even got a message from somebody during the game that was like, "Did you miss any?"
No, I don't think I did.
Okay, so let's go through them.
Mm-hmm.
We'll start with the national anthem, which
Under.
was under 119.5.
I told you he's going to keep it short and sweet.
Yeah, this is one of the ones I went to the commissioner about because you originally said over, but once you learned who it was, you changed it to under.
You gave me the opportunity. You asked me the question. Don't put me in a place to change my answer if you're not going to go with my final answer was under.
It was, and it was
And let me-
116.5.
And let me just also say, his family wasn't able to make it out there to be there, but they were all crowded in an awesome just family environment watching him sing from far away.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, so it was awesome.
All right, then there was the coin toss.
Got it.
I said tails never fails.
Got it.
You chose heads.
Yep, so did our granddaughter.
Apparently, tails does fail roughly about 50% of the time.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
that give you a 2-0 lead.
Golden Gate Bridge.
Next was the Golden Gate Bridge. We both said that.
I never saw Alcatraz.
I don't think they ever showed
I
up.
saw the Full House. What do they call those? This is terrible. I don't remember the name of them. There is, I think it's like the Painted Ladies or something. I can't remember the name. There's a specific name for those houses. And then the Curviest Road, which was insanity. Anyways.
So we both got that. But now, streaker, we both missed this because neither one of us said there was going to be a streaker. I bring it up because Alex Gonzalez actually ran onto the field, and shout out to Just Cards because he provided a link to it in the Discord.
Just Cards helped with this.
Yes.
I see you. I hear you.
This guy.
I'm coming to get you.
This guy, he bet on himself to do it. So
there really was a streaker?
There was, yeah.
You gotta be kidding me.
And he was wearing pants. Just so you know.
You're not a streaker in my book unless you're naked. There's no streaking.
Here's the thing.
There's no streaking. That's just interrupting. That's just interrupting. You're not streaking unless you're butt naked, as we say. Naked down here in the South.
I went to the commissioner on this one too. Because
who is the commissioner?
Ollie.
Our dog. Our dog. You asked our dog.
Didn't go for it.
Oh.
But I thought I should get a point on this one too because I was right in that he was considered a streaker and he had pants on. So it didn't fly. Didn't fly.
Next. All right, special guest, Cardi B. She was there, but she didn't sing.
It doesn't matter. It was a point for me.
She didn't sing.
It was still a point. She was still considered to be there.
All right, next.
Missed kick. This is where I tie things up. I think I should have gotten an extra point.
No. No.
The commissioner didn't agree on this one either. But
You're really pushing it with these
look,
rules. We're going to make extensive rules next year.
I think there should be bonus points for some things. In this case, the kicker for the Seahawks broke the record for most field goals. You thought there was going to be a missed kick, and he did the exact opposite. He broke the record for most field goals in a Super Bowl.
You just don't like that you lost the prop bet. Admit it.
And
that listeners were messaging us during the game.
It's true.
Okay.
It's true. I know I lost. I know I lost fair and square.
Mhm.
I'm just really giving you a hard time because it came down to the Gatorade color.
And what did I tell you when I made that bet?
Yeah.
This is who I was pulling for. It had to be a Seahawk color. That is, and as soon as they dumped that Gatorade, I was like,
see it.
I did.
I know you.
Whoa! Yes.
I said it was going to be orange because I was like, they're just going to go with the
Classic.
original.
Absolutely not. Not when you have a Seahawk color available.
Yes,
no
it's fair.
way.
It's fair. So you won that one, and you won, but I didn't lose as badly as I thought. Before I started tallying them all up, I thought I was just like
Toast.
5-0.
Burnt toast. Burnt toast.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you did pretty good. You did all right.
Yeah, I at least got to feel like I was tied for a minute.
Okay. Just keep remembering how that feels.
Yes. This is the second year in a row too that you've won, which I think I hate that more than losing. It was the fact
We
that
didn't put anything on the line here.
That's true.
So
that's your fault.
and
Hey.
noted.
But in all seriousness, we literally just got off the phone and have some interesting news to share.
Yes.
I'm excited about this.
Are you ready? Because I have a sound effect.
Okay.
As soon as we got off the phone, I was like, whew. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Anybody know what that is?
You're damn right we're cruising. We are cruising again. This year, we are headed back to the open seas. We cannot share anything until it's 100% signed, sealed, delivered.
Right.
But we will have that for you next week.
Yeah. And it's so exciting. This has been a thing that's been in the works for a while.
A year.
We have been holding on to this for quite a while, and it's finally starting to come together.
Yeah.
We're partnering with some
very well-known people. Yes.
Yeah. And yeah, I'm excited. We probably could have waited until we had more details to share, but I couldn't hold it.
It's a great way to go into Valentine's Day weekend with you. I will say that.
Yeah.
We are headed to eat wings and drink beer and listen to the band that played at our wedding.
That is true.
And it all came together just by happenstance. This is not something we orchestrated. We are not big Valentine's Day people, but we certainly have a lot to say cheers to and look forward to this year.
Yeah.
For sure. So, as always, it's a pleasure being around the table with you.
Likewise.
Elliott's wisdom cuts like a blade, dropping truth bombs with a poker parade. Big blinds, big stakes, raise it up, let's make no mistake.
Elliott Schechter joins us each week to say how he would rule in situations that come up in your games, and he's with us again this week. Elliott, how's it going?
Going pretty well. This is an Ante Up sweatshirt. Got the logo.
Nice.
Absolutely.
You're actually. I'm not actually sporting a logo wear this time, so you're a step ahead of me this time.
Folks, we have a wide selection of outerwear and paraphernalia. So, help out the cause and promote a great poker community.
Yeah, check it out. It's on the website under shop at the very top. There's a little tab there. So go check that out. And in the meantime, check out this. We got a another interesting one. I'm really interested in seeing what you say on this one. We have a call to floor sent in by Cade Dyer, and Cade is playing a multi-day tournament. So it's day 1A of this tournament with late reg open through the end of a break, right? Once the next level starts is when late reg officially closes, which
Right.
is the way most it usually works. So Cade had been playing up to that break, and he got knocked out right before that break. He said it was a pretty tough beat, and he took it pretty hard. So when the break started, he had stepped away for a few minutes to clear his head and get some more cash to buy back in. As the break was winding down, he said a few players had seen him walk into the bathroom with about 3 minutes left before late reg closed. He comes out and he heads straight to the registration line and gets in line before the level restarts. When the new level begins, he's still in line at the cage. I guess he's next in line at the cage. And so then when he gets to the cage, the staff tells him that late reg is closed and that he won't be allowed back into day 1A. He says, they tell me I will have to wait to register for day 1B instead. So Cade asks to speak with the tournament director. The TD comes over, listens to the situation, and after a brief discussion tells me that the system won't allow them to register him anymore. And Cade says that explanation doesn't sound right to me. From his perspective, he says, I was eligible for re-entry. I got in line before registration ended. I wasn't trying to delay the game, and this is a multi-flight tournament where registering on day 1A and day 1B absolutely matters. He says, if a player is physically in line before late reg closes, but the level changes before they reach the cage, should that player be allowed to register? And how much of this decision is actually system limitations versus tournament policy?
That sounds like a whole bunch of questions with only one question mark. Well, usually you see run-on sentences, but you rarely see run-on questions.
Fair, yeah, it's true.
So, should that player be allowed to register if they were in line or in the queue before the registration period closed? Personally, I feel yes. It makes sense. It's fair. It's a pretty common standard. It's reasonable, but that doesn't mean it's actual or possible. Some of the poker software out there in use by various rooms can allow for late reg past whatever time or level you designate as closing the registration period, simply because there is no connection between the clock or the registration software. There's very little difference other than the transferring of player entries to the clock. There may not be reverse communication from the clock telling the registration software what level they're on or what time has elapsed. The actual clock time of the tournament might be programmed into the registration software. So yes, at this level, we will begin. At this level, the break happens. At this level, the next break happens. At this level, we're done. And it, obviously, knowing how long you program the levels to be, it will then determine that, yes, the registration period has lapsed. No more registration will be allowed. So yeah, it is absolutely in the realm of possibility that the software itself will keep players from being registered based on the parameters that were set by the tournament director programming the tournament into the software. And again, I mean, sometimes you just can't accommodate everybody who's in line. The tournament has to get off with some semblance of order. I mean, if 7 tables worth of players showed up 2 minutes before the end of the registration period who didn't play in the tournament, and wanted to get in now, I don't know if it's reasonable that all 7 tables worth of players get registered into that tournament. They had all those levels and the break to actually think about it and wait until the last second. Somebody's going to miss out. Heaven forbid it's actually you. But yeah, sometimes things just can't work out.
The thing that comes to my mind immediately is it's in the room's best interest to have as many people register as possible, so they're not going to just make a ruling that you can't register
Right.
just because,
Yep.
So
It serves them no
Uh,
purpose to turn you away. An
right.
unhappy customer who's not thrilled with service and decisions is not going to very likely go to the casino and then spend lots of cash. It generally doesn't work like that. Generally, they get in the car and leave. So
Right.
the casino was not interested in making you unhappy or interested in turning you away. Sometimes a boundary is set. I mean, if this were a horse race and you were at the ticket window and you intended to bet, but then the trumpets had blared and the bell had gone off and the horses had left the gate, you're not going to be able to bet on that race, even though you were in line before the race had started and they were still taking action on the race. And
Right.
the two are not equal. I fully get you. A horse race is not a hand of poker or a poker tournament. That much is true. The in line waiting to pay, identical. So, in not every circumstance
Yeah.
will somebody be in line ready to pay be eligible to actually pay for said event.
The reason I found this so much of an interesting submission is because this is one of those things that I think I've been I probably err on the other side of that. Like if I'm planning on buying in, I'm probably going to do that first so that I have that taken care of and I can get to the seat later. you know, I I I can buy my I can buy my seat, pay for it, get my slip, then go to the bathroom
Well,
and then make my way to my seat
I,
rather than
as your point is well taken, the player clearly states that they had stepped away to both clear their head and retrieve more cash with which to buy
true.
in. So, as a tournament director, I'm supposed to build in some time to allow these players to access the ATMs and various cash withdrawal receptacles and devices. I have worked with a couple different softwares, and yes, I've tried to build into it the allowance for people to actually register, barring disaster. So, if they're getting a cash advance, I mean, that's not a 30-second process. You got to sign your life away
Right.
over the cage and prove who you are before they'll release the cash. And again, as a casino operator, it is my job to allow somebody to give me cash. It's my job to collect it for the casino and to enhance the prize pool and our revenue. So again, I'm not thrilled that this happened. I think our hero has a great point. They were in the line before the registration of the registration period, before the expiration. Yeah. So again, I empathize. Again, if they're not equipped to run the software correctly, or if the software cannot be overridden, they got to do what they got to do. And that may not be good,
Right.
but at least it's definitive and at least it's fair for everybody. I mean, uh, a good chance there were other people in line too who couldn't get registered. I certainly understand wanting to play day 1A versus day 1B. There may be a lot of different things in play. Day 1A may be a shorter field and may be easier to advance. There may be a double bag bonus where if you can advance through both flights, you're going to get a significant bounty or at least a min cash, which again, if you only register
Right.
for day 1B, that's not available to you.
Right.
So I see the advantages here. This is the tough part because nobody ever says this and it's not written on the format sheets or tournament information handouts. But communication is key. If you had intended on getting cash to come back to play the tournament and re-enter, letting the people at the registration desk or the TD know that, look, I have to go to the ATM or do a cash advance. I'm going to try to be back as soon as possible. I am absolutely playing this event. Let me go get my money. Especially if you've already had an entry in. Again, as soon as you communicate that to somebody who can actually assist you, very likely they're going to find a way to make it happen for you. Even if they have to. And I don't recommend this, especially if you're in a regulated jurisdiction and you're an operator, don't do this. They might actually pull an entry for you. And if you don't come back with money, they'll void it out.
Okay.
I've done that at casinos for the highest tier players. Look, I'll be right back. I got to go get some cash. We looked them up in the system, and all of a sudden, yeah, they're the absolute highest tier the casino offers at the Players Club. Yeah, the golden rule applies. He who has the gold gets accounted for. So, yeah, you got to communicate too, and it says it nowhere. It's not in the fine print. It's not in bold letters. But communication is key. If you ask for help, you're almost always going to get it.
Does this bring up a point of like a bigger point here, that are casinos running on an antiquated system with only taking cash? Is it?
Well, overseas, a lot of casinos are moving to cashless, and tournament registration is certainly becoming cashless. And I dare say, with the advent of various systems in place around the world and soon to be at the World Series, that tournament poker is very likely to become cashless pretty soon. Would that make things easier? Yes. But not in all cases. And I mean, there's going to be a lot of jurisdictions where using a credit card to buy into a tournament is just never going to happen.
Yeah, that's fair.
And some casinos are still not going to allow you to use your checking account. So if you're using a debit card, it's gonna have to be an actual casino wallet card. But yeah, we're heading in that direction, and that would make things a lot simpler for everybody. But again, now you've still got to load the card, and getting money into the card may not be the most easy thing to accomplish. So again, while we're heading there, we still haven't worked out all the details.
It doesn't necessarily solve all of the problems such as this either, because people are still going to wait until the very last second that they can, and you're still going to run into, well, but here, see what happened was.
What had happened. Yeah. And again, we get that a lot. You advertise a 7 p.m. tournament with late registration through 9 o'clock or something. Well, 3 people show up at 7 o'clock. You cancel the tournament because nobody's here. And then, of course, 25 people show up at 9 o'clock. Where's the tournament? Well, you can start it now. No. It had a start time of 7 o'clock. Registration was allowed through 9. It didn't say we'll start later when everybody shows up.
Right.
The start time was not merely a suggestion, like serving juice and milk and toast with a bowl of cereal. It's not a serving suggestion. It's an absolute start time. And I'm not keeping my dealers around twiddling their thumbs for a couple hours waiting for everybody to show up for a tournament that should have started already. So, yeah, starting on time is important. Getting things done on a schedule is important. Knowing how to manage your labor and resources is important. So accommodating everybody is great, but that comes with instructions, boundaries, and reality. So not everybody gets to be the last person to register. Not everybody gets to wait until the last second. So if that's going to be your strategy, you got to think it through a little bit. because sometimes they're going to close the window.
Right. Yeah, I think bottom line, late registration doesn't close when you get in line. It closes when the tournament says it does. and it's once it's closed, it's closed. So yeah, Cade, I love this one. I think it's another great talking point, and I appreciate you sending that in. If anyone has a call to the floor that they would like to know how Elliott would rule, send it to podcast@anteupmagazine.com.
Please keep them coming.
Elliott, yeah, I appreciate you again. We'll see you next
Well,
week.
looking forward to it.
Patrick's a fish, but he's learning fast. He's all in this hand, might be his last.
Welcome to Hand of the Week, where Patrick, our resident fish, and I dive into listener-submitted hands. Each week, we tackle everything from questionable bluffs to hero calls and the hands that make you scratch your head. Whether you're looking for strategy tips or you just want to see if you would have played it any better, we've got you covered. Patrick, you recovered? You doing all right?
Yeah, it's what turned out to be a miserable Sunday evening. One might call it Super Bowl Sunday. I don't know what the hell we were doing. Anyway, yes, I'm recovering slowly but surely.
Hey, look, I mean, it's only like, what, a few weeks to baseball season. So,
Yeah, that's true. The Olympics are on. That was nice to watch right afterwards. You have little feel good moments. It was a shellacking. I can hand up, when I'm wrong on something. I did say, my buddy Drew, who does, I think, listen, he and I did say, we either find a way to scrap it out and win, we play perfect, or we get, it's a 14-point plus loss. You said 17,
he
and
did say
yeah,
17.
and
I
you
was
were
very close.
very close. It just they dominated in all facets of the game, and if it wasn't for our defense, shout out Vrabel and his defense, we would have lost by 35.
I mean, at one point, I thought the field goal kicker for Seattle was going to get the MVP.
Yeah, I mean, the most points scored in a Super Bowl. I mean, that just what it is. I mean, wow. You know what? Good for them. We got
Hey,
there.
look,
We shouldn't have been there. I mean, we should not have been there. But
That's exactly right.
we made it there, and we're still better than 31 other teams. 30
Can I
teams.
just throw out one more point before we get into this hand of the week?
If you get me fired up, I will fire back. So continue.
Has anybody ever made the comparison of Dan Marino to Drake May?
I have not heard that. I think Miami Dolphins fans would probably be a little disturbed by that, but no, I have not.
Here's why I make this comparison.
Okay.
Drake May, second year, right?
Yep.
Made it to the Super Bowl. Dan Marino, second year, made it to the Super Bowl. Both 23 years old.
Oh.
Both had very similar stats in the Super Bowl.
What,
Dan Marino
shitty?
never made it back to another Super Bowl. Just saying. Let's go to the hand of the week. Silence.
I got nothing. No, Drake May is not another coming of Dan Marino, although Dan Marino is a Hall of Famer, but he didn't get back to another one? I thought he just never
No, that was it.
won.
One Super Bowl in his second year and never made it back to another.
I will say that there's no way that Drake May is another Dan Marino, and only because in this day and age, we're not as loyal as we used to be. And, social media calls for cry. I mean, I don't think if he was to last, 5-6 years and we never even made it back to another one, I think there would be an uprising. I think we would have to trade him. In all seriousness. Listen, I love the guy. I would be shocked if Drake May was as good as he was during the regular season this year, if he continued to do so, and didn't make any more, playoff runs if we were still talking about him 6 or 7 years from now. But I think he's going to. I absolutely do. I very much like you, but the fact that you brought Dan Marino up is disturbing at best. On that note, I still will be talking about this long before the first pitch is thrown to baseball. So we will address this again next week after I've calmed down a little bit. But in the meantime, I think we should play some
Well, let's
poker.
get into a hand of the week. Maybe
I
that'll
love
cheer
it.
you up a little bit.
I love it.
This hand of the week sent in by Dan Hamilton.
Okay.
And Dan is playing in a $400 buy-in, no limit hold'em tournament. It's day one. Late reg has closed. So the blinds are 1K, 2K with a 2K big blind ante. And the average stack is 45K. Dan says, I am in the hijack in this hand with about 52K to start the hand. Action folds to me with the ace of diamonds, queen of diamonds.
I like it. In the hijack. 1,000, 2,000. Do you play different in tournaments than you do everyday
Yeah, oh,
games,
yeah.
every week games?
Yeah,
Without a doubt,
for sure.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, good. Well, we're obviously playing bet size.
You're
Probably-
saying bet size, so I'm assuming you're not just calling.
No, I wasn't planning on it.
Thank God.
Yeah, absolutely
ahead.
not. Listen, Patrick a year and a half ago might have just called.
Was fair.
I probably 10K. Is that no, too
That's
much?
a lot.
A lot?
The way I do tournaments is I will start the game out at 3 times, and then I'll go to 2.5 times.
Oh,
And
you go
then
the opposite
the-
way. Okay.
Yeah, because your stack sizes in comparison to the blinds,
Oh,
so you don't have to make it as big.
okay. Well, if
So-
we're still on day one and relatively early on, if late registration just closed, is that too big? I mean, 5 times?
I think it is too big.
Okay. Okay.
2.5 times would be
Well, that's
4
45.
5,000.
5,000, correct. Yeah. 3 times is 6,000. So, that's
Yeah.
good to know.
Dan says, I opened to 45. So he was in the same
Perfect.
boat, which
There
has
you go.
been the standard open size for this blind level, he says. Ace queen suited feels strong enough to open and continue if we get some pushback pressure. And I want to build a pot against worse aces and Broadway cards, he says. So, villain in the cutoff, 3 bets to 12,500. He says villain starts the hand with about 78,000. He has been an aggressive player, opening a lot of pots, hasn't shown down many hands, and I haven't seen him show up with junk, but is definitely applying pressure.
Well, we're calling for sure.
I'm not calling.
You're raising.
I am raising.
Count me in. See? Hot dog. Let's go. So 12-5. What was it? 12-5?
Yeah.
Like I'm getting my chips in no matter what. No, if I'd have bet 10, I was gonna be in. Anyway.
That's true.
All right, 12-5. You're gonna double them up or more. So you're gonna win what? Are you gonna 30? You're gonna shove?
That's exactly where I'm going.
30?
30,000.
Okay, 30. Yeah.
Um,
And we started at 45, so we're not far off.
yeah.
Do you just shove?
I was just getting ready to say that's only going to leave us about 11 big blinds behind.
Yeah.
So
Are you gonna see this flop and run if need be, or shove?
I think that, I think I can see if they shove,
Yeah, you're calling.
more than likely I'm calling, unless I get some kind of crazy read here.
Yeah.
I'm probably calling, but not shoving here and leaving myself 11 big blinds actually I feel like puts the pressure back on them. They know that most of the flops are going to be a shove. So I still have options, but they have all the pressure.
Gotcha.
So I'm gonna bet 30,000, and let's see, Dan just calls.
Okay.
He says, "I don't love four betting here." Okay. He says, "I don't love four betting here because villain's stack covers me. I don't want to turn ace queen into a bluff. Folding feels too tight this deep, and calling keeps worse hands and bluffs in." So, instead, that makes the pot 30,000, and our stack after the call is 39,500. The flop is queen of clubs, eight of diamonds, five of diamonds.
Well, there's definitely better ones out there for us, but that's a thing of glory.
That's pretty darn good.
Top pair, top kicker, top flush
Flush
draw.
draw. And we're first to act.
Do you have the guts, or do you check into him and let him go?
I think that's where I'm going. Yeah,
I think that's what I'm doing.
My goal is to get it all in there, right?
Absolutely.
And if I lead out, I might get them to fold. If I check, it still may go check, right?
Yes,
But
it very well might.
they were the pre-flop aggressor. So as
okay.
played, I think I can check, and they probably see bet, then I shove. So that's what I'm
See,
doing.
this is where I would have. Now, I don't know how the villain would have responded, but if I lead out for significantly more than that, 4,500 or whatever it is, and they just call, then I was the pre-flop aggressor, and now I've got to rethink my whole strategy. So listen,
Yeah.
hand up. I would have messed that one up, but I'm definitely checking here. I'm stomaching a check.
Well, for the record, I wouldn't say you messed it up because it's just a different way of playing it. So you just would have had to continue your aggression or whatever. But
Yeah, true.
But it's just a different style, just a different way of going about it. So I wouldn't say you messed it up. But Dan checks as well.
All right.
The villain does bet. He bets 9,000.
I love it.
So I mean, we just put it all in, right?
Yeah, right. You come over the top. Yes.
Dan says this board favors the villain, which I completely disagree with.
Okay.
And when he bets small, it feels like aces or kings wanting protection. I don't know why we're being so quick to rule out king, queen, jacks. Ace, king makes sense here too. So
Yeah, ace,
I
king,
think
king, queen, queen, jack, king,
ace,
jack,
jack.
ace, jack. Yeah.
So Dan actually just calls, which makes the pot 48,000, and we now have 30,500 in our stack. The turn is the 9 of spades. So the board is queen of clubs, 8 of diamonds, 5 of diamonds, 9 of spades.
Really would not have made him on 10 jack, but 10 jack got there.
Right. That's exactly what I was just thinking.
But I don't think and maybe this is part of my problem. I mean, if I'm sitting at the table, I really don't make him on that. I see it, but I don't make it on it.
Right.
Now, the fact that you and I are doing hand of the week right now, alarm bells are going off.
I don't think they could have Jack 10 I mean, they can.
They can.
I don't think they have Jack 10 here.
I don't either.
I think the question is, do we then, since we check called, do we check call again, or is it too risky for them to go check this time and give them a free river? Do we just go ahead and put it in now?
Yeah, I mean, I think I do. I would have wanted to on the last one in the sense, I want to have them pay to see anymore, and I definitely want to now. So, I mean, if they're sitting on ace king, you may catch a fold. Maybe. King queen, you're
Do we
not.
want that though? Do we want them to fold ace king here?
No, we don't. But the same, yeah, I mean, king queen, you're catching a call. King jack, you're probably catching a call.
I think I'm still going to check because they've been aggressive each street, so I let them go ahead and continue aggression, although it is dangerous because they could go check. But then, I mean, we're getting a free card too. We still only have top pair, top kicker, so it's not like it's not like we are holding the nuts here.
True.
So, but I'm going to check. Dan also checks. And the villain bets 18,000.
Okay.
So still shoving, right?
Shoving. Yeah, no matter what, yeah. But here's the deal, and this is a good point. If you lead out to him by shoving, you may not get an extra 18,000. I mean, he may not call.
Right.
So, you never know. But yeah, I think checking is a great move there, Dan. So,
Dan says this card changes a lot. Not sure that it changes a lot. It allowed the Jack 10 to get there. It opens up a few more draws with straights, but yeah, I'm not sure it changes a lot. He says, now I'm in a weird spot. Calling leaves me 12,500 going to the river. So Dan says, I jam for the last bit of my stack and villain calls.
and shows
They show
king queen.
we're in a great spot because they also have ace queen.
Oh,
They have
great.
the ace of clubs, queen of spades.
Show me the
we still
diamonds.
can hit we want that diamond on the river, but it looks like it's the 3 of clubs. So we miss our flush and end up splitting the pot.
Ouch. Okay.
So he asks some questions. Is calling the 3-bet pre-flop standard here, or should this be a 4-bet or fold? It's not a fold, but I do think it's a 4-bet. He says, on the flop, do you ever raise for protection / value? I think we've answered all of these throughout the hand. So
we did. Yeah, we got there before even knowing the answers.
On the turn, is jamming actually better than calling, or are we just lighting chips on fire? No, we did that one already too. And the last question is, how much does stack depth and tournament life matter in this spot? And the answer there is a lot.
A lot. Yeah.
but not enough to justify playing scared.
Yeah, I think that's a delicate balance, and Dan's probably significantly more inept to, answer this as well for himself. But I mean, it's definitely something to think about. But you got to go into it knowing, okay, well, keep in mind how many blinds you have left, but you cannot change your strategy and play, like you said, tentative or scared, because if you do, you're just going to lose your chips anyways. You might as well give them, go do whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I think we had top pair, top kicker, right?
Yep.
Plus the nut flush draw.
Yep.
We dominate their ace queen without the diamonds.
Right.
We dominate a lot of hands that they have in their range.
Correct. Yep.
And we actually have strong equity even against made hands there. So getting chips in's not reckless. You're forcing the villain to make hard decisions, which is what tournament poker is all about. And while tournament life matters, this is not a survival spot. I feel like calling in those spots feels safer, but it's really not. Even though shoving may get you out of the tournament, it may bust you sometimes. Calling is, to your point, this slow, unavoidable
Death.
busts. Yeah. Death. Um, and you lose all the control.
Yeah.
So I think that this particular position, this particular spot, it's not reckless to get the chips in there. And even though survival, it's a tournament that is important, but it's not, you can't play scared. You've got to be able to get those chips in there. So
Yeah.
that's a good one though. We haven't played a tournament in a while. Thank you. Thank you, Dan.
No, we
for sending
haven't.
that
I would,
in.
if anyone has some more tournaments out there, I would like to see it. I think there are some other folks, expert level to novice would as well. So if you got any more tournament hands, bring some tournament hands.
Yeah, I want a tournament with Omaha.
No.
Deuce 7 triple draw.
No. You want to see my head explode on live? No. Actually, that would be wild to play. Count me in. No. Hey, also on, hand up, my apologies significantly when you've got 2 kids for missing a Patreon game. Sports, kids sick. My apologies. So it is on, it will be on the calendar for next month. Do you have the date right in front of you, Joe, for everyone?
You have
the mixed.
another game
I know
this month.
the mixed. I know. I'm not
It's
against
Deuce
that one
7
either.
triple draw. I just mentioned Deuce 7
What
triple draw.
is Deuce 7 triple draw?
You're going for the low hand.
Oh, I know
It's up
that.
your alley.
Why don't you just say that? Why is it gotta have a crazy name?
Well,
Right.
it's not. It's Deuce to 7 is your lowest hand, right?
Right. What's the triple draw? You got 3 of them
You
throughout?
actually get to draw 3 times.
Okay.
So you can discard cards and get cards.
Okay.
So
That's next Thursday.
it is a week from
From everyone
yesterday.
listening to this, it's week from yesterday. Correct. Yes. All right, Joe. Listen, ease up, man.
All right, so
I'm sensitive the last couple of days.
we need you in the chat. We need you in the game.
Okay.
I mean, hey, look, what's up, Doc will be in the chat. Fellow Patriot
Okay, that's fair.
fan. You guys can commiserate together.
Listen, by next week, I might be. I mean, the Bruins are playing great. There was a quote in the Wall Street Journal, and I, without butchering it, I got to read it to you, and it was spot on for how great of fans we have. I mean, the best fans in all of sports. No offense to the Bills or anything,
False.
or Royals. If the Patriots win, which we didn't, I know it's already happened. Relax. If the Patriots win, that will be ring number 7. That's a lot. So that means we have 6 because we didn't win, but still have 6. Which should keep New England satisfied for a couple of weeks until they start yelling at the Red Sox. Which is very true. Pitchers and catchers report next week, so let's go.
Yes.
Yes.
We're gonna be in Arizona for an Ante Up Tour stop.
I like it. When?
During spring training, yeah.
Oh, it's beautiful.
So hopefully I can go down and catch a game. I'm working on it. But
I like it.
Yeah, I've never gone to a spring training game, so I'm really looking forward to it.
I did as a kid. We actually used to do spring break down at Disney, and my father very connivingly snuck us off across the state to a baseball game one day. It was great. So
nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, we got completely off the subject here. Dan, thank you for sending that in.
Great one.
If anyone has a hand of the week that they would like to know how Patrick and I would play it, send it to podcast@anteupmagazine.com. Patrick, we'll see you next week. We'll see you in the Patreon game. And, sorry about your team.
Yeah, that was heartfelt, but thanks. Sounds good. See you next week.
From the flop to the turn, we play it bold, chasing hearts and diamonds, never fold. In the booth, we're dealing stories that gleam. Poker legends rise on the 18.
It's Friday the 13th. For some people, that's going to mean don't walk under ladders, or avoid black cats, or maybe don't register that tournament today because obviously the poker gods are going to be planning something. It's Friday the 13th after all. Poker and superstition, even sports and superstition, they've all gone hand in hand. Lucky hoodies, special card protectors, maybe the same pre-session meal. I've seen rabbit's feet at the table. I've seen crystals, actual crystals at the table, and like specific chip stacking rituals. And if that's your thing, I'm not judging. But here's my take. I try to stay away from superstitions as a whole, but especially in poker. Not because I don't understand the comfort factor. I do. The game is volatile. It's unpredictable. It's emotional. When you're sitting there at the table and the river peels off a one outer against you, you want something, anything to blame. But here's the danger. It's not that a lucky card protector won't help you win. It's that if you don't have it, you start thinking you're doomed. And that's where it gets you. Because poker is already psychological warfare. The last thing you need is to convince yourself you're starting the session off at a disadvantage because you forgot your lucky hat. The moment you believe the universe is working against you, you're going to play different. You may hesitate or second guess yourself more. You interpret normal variance as some kind of punishment from the poker gods. Now, instead of focusing on ranges or stack depth, player tendencies, you're thinking, of course, it's Friday the 13th. This was bound to happen. And that subtle shift is where mistakes creep in. We crave patterns. We want causes. We want to believe that wearing the red hoodie is why we final tabled last week. But it wasn't the hoodie. It was the decisions. And if you attribute success to luck rituals, you rob yourself of ownership. And if you attribute losses to bad omens, you rob yourself of accountability. That makes growth harder. I'd rather anchor myself to process rather than luck, because process travels with you. Your lucky rabbit's foot, it might not. And the irony is, sometimes those superstitions actually increase your fear. You start to be afraid to change seats, afraid to wash the hoodie, afraid to break routine, afraid of Friday the 13th. Poker can already be intimidating enough. Why add ghosts? Now, if carrying a card protector makes you smile and relax, great. If it centers you, fine. But understand what it really is. A comfort object, not a strategy. The real edge comes from preparation, from emotional discipline, from understanding that the deck has no memory and knowing that variance doesn't care about calendars. Friday the 13th is just Friday. The cards don't know the date. And the poker gods, they're not checking astrology before dealing the river. So, instead of worrying about curses, maybe focus on playing well, making good decisions, and accepting the outcomes. Because if you bust today, it won't be because you forgot your lucky card protector. It'll be because sometimes in this game, the other guy just gets there. And that's not superstition, that's poker. That's today's one outer, and that's today's show. I'll see you next week, A-Team. And until then, I'll see you at the tables.
The Ante Up Podcast is a production of AnteUpMagazine.com. Contact the show at podcast@anteupmagazine.com or call the show at 540-339-7741. If you'd like to advertise, send an email to editor@anteupmagazine.com.